morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be looking at Unit 5, Importance of Blue and Green Economy. At the end of this lecture, students should be able to define the concepts blue economy and green economy, outline the principles or focus areas and sectors of both the blue and green economy. They're supposed to be able to state the importance of the blue economy in addressing climate mitigation and adaptation. And they are also supposed to be able to list some of the challenges of the blue and green economy. Let's look at the blue economy first. So what is the blue economy? The blue economy is an emerging concept that encourages sustainable exploitation, innovation, and stewardship of our ocean and its life-giving blue resources. In the old business as usual model, nations developed their ocean economies through the exploitation of maritime and marine resources, for example, through shipping, commercial fishing, and oil, gas, and mineral development. Oftentimes, they don't pay adequate attention to the effects of these activities on the future health or productivity of the same resources and the ocean ecosystems in which they exist. The blue economy concept provides a more holistic vision that embraces economic growth when it is sustainable and does not damage other sectors. Similar to the green economy, the blue economy brings human well-being, social equity, and environmental sustainability into harmony. What are the key principles of the blue economy? The key principles are governance, renewable energy, biodiversity protection, social and economic. When we talk about social and economic, we talk about various things such as food security, equity and political stability. We talk about biodiversity protection. We delve into the realm of preservation of natural capital. When we talk about renewable energy, we talk about economic and social stability. And when you refer to governance, you dive into speaking about inclusive and precautionary and adaptive policies that governments need to create in order to benefit the blue economy. Now, there are various sectors of the blue economy. You have fisheries, aquaculture, coastal and maritime tourism, marine biotechnology and bioprospecting, various extractive industries of non-living resources. You have renewable marine energy and maritime transport, ports, and related services, ship and shipbuilding. Let's delve into the various sectors in a little bit more detail. Let's start with fisheries. Now, sustainable fisheries can be an essential component of a prosperous blue economy, with marine fisheries contributing more than US $270 billion annually to global gross domestic product. It is a key source of economic and food security. Marine fisheries also provide livelihoods for 300 million people involved in the sector and help to meet the nutritional needs of the 3 billion people who rely on fish as an important source of animal protein, essential micronutrients, and omega-3 fatty acids. We can use the various small island developing states as examples of various countries whose fishery sector is not only big business, but a lot of people in these small island developing states, they rely heavily on fisheries in order to survive and make a living. You have aquaculture. The world's population is expected to rise to 9.6 billion in 2050, and this creates a considerable demand for food and sources of protein. Today, fish and fish products supply a significant portion of the daily intake of animal protein in many developing countries, as aquaculture supplies 58% of fish to global markets. Invigorating this sector can contribute to food security, as well as social and economic inclusion for some of the poorest people in the world. There is also coastal and maritime tourism. Tourism, another sector that a lot of small island developing states rely on. And this sector is fast becoming the largest global business because it employs one out of every 11 person globally. And according to the World Travel and Tourism Council, travel and tourism's contribution to world gross domestic product grew for the sixth consecutive year in 2015, rising to a total of 9.8%, which is equivalent to US $7.2 trillion. Let's talk about marine biotechnology and bioprospecting. Now, we must first establish that the blue economy contains a wide range of various prokaryotic and eukaryotic species. It is biologically diverse. And these various species of aquatic life, both flora and fauna, are important sources of what we call novel genes. And from these genes, we are allowed to apply them to medicines and food and various materials and energy across a wide array of bio-based industries. These different genes and biological compounds can lead to commercial development of pharmaceuticals, enzymes, cosmetics, and other products. Extractive industries of non-living resources. Offshore oil and gas exploration and exploitation are already underway off the coasts of many states around the world, and much has already been learned about the need to manage the risks of these activities and some of the measures that can be taken to alleviate the effects of them. We can use various countries in the Caribbean region who are delving deeper into this industry in extracting oil and natural gas, countries such as Guyana, Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago. You have renewable marine energy. You have maritime transport, ports and related services, shipping and shipbuilding. In 2015, over 80% of the volume of international trade in goods was transported by sea. And this share is even higher for most developing countries. In value terms, some observers such as Lloyd's List Intelligence have estimated the share of maritime seaborne trade at 55% of all international trade in 2013, while other sources estimate that it exceeds 70%. Now, what is the importance of the blue economy? It strengthens coastal resilience. It promotes carbon sequestration. These are two very important points. Strengthens coastal resilience through our mangroves and through our coral reefs, who help in protecting the coastline from various tides, waves, and surges. There is data that shows that aquatic life, particularly plant life, promotes carbon sequestration 100 times faster than terrestrial forests. And so a lot of small island developing states and a lot of countries around the world are trying to bulk up on the various adaptation approaches used to maintain these ecosystems in order to continue this trend of carbon sequestration. It provides employment through a wide array of sectors as was previously discussed. It reduces poverty. It provides a renewable energy source. It acts as a habitat for marine ecosystems. And through sustainable fisheries, it readily provides adequate food security. There are, however, some challenges that the blue economy faces. Such challenges include unsustainable extraction from marine resources, such as unsustainable fishing, physical alterations and destruction of marine and coastal habitats and landscape, marine pollution, for example, in the form of excess nutrients from sewage and agricultural runoff and marine debris. If we should dig deeper into these various challenges, in some countries they dynamite fish. That's unethical and that's not safe for the marine life. Countries that are heavily dependent on tourism, you have ecotourism, which has its benefits. However, there are a few disadvantages because a lot of tourists normally make or destroy certain habitats. So they enter these coral reefs when they do their deep sea diving and their snorkeling, and they destroy these various marine ecosystems and coral reefs. In the Caribbean, farming is big business, and a lot of farmers, especially in rural areas, are not trained or well versed in areas of sustainable farming methods. And so what you realize is that they are they have their farms near various water bodies such as rivers and ponds, and they are using these various agrochemicals that are seeping in the soil and running in the groundwater and entering these various marine ecosystems where they are threatening the lives of various aquatic organisms, both plant and animal life. There are various impacts of climate change, for example, in the form of both slow onset events like sea level rise and more intense and frequent weather patterns. And there's also unfair trade. Let's talk about the green economy now. We just focused on the blue economy. And similarly, the green economy is also a very important concept. This important concept is one that results in improved human well-being and social equity, while significantly reducing various environmental risks and ecological scarcity. Now, the green economy is a concept with principles embedded in the economic, social, and environmental domains. There are various sectors of the green economy. There's agriculture, fisheries, water, forests, energy, manufacturing, buildings, transport, tourism, waste management. And just like the blue economy, the importance of the green economy is reduced carbon footprint. Annually, you hear about these world climate change events such as COP26 and COP27 and COP28 and various climate change programs that are happening around the world. And a lot of them are focusing heavily on the blue and green economies. Now, the importance of these various events is not only to raise awareness, but also to help countries to develop policies and implement various adaptative strategies that they can use to reduce their carbon footprint. Just like the blue economy, the green economy faces various challenges as well. Challenges include human activities such as deforestation and combustion. You also have financial and technological factors that prohibit a lot of countries from implementing various adaptation strategies or implement various stratagems in general to try to remedy some of the effects of the greenhouse effect and global warming. To conclude, the political elite, technocrats, and climate activists worldwide must drive their focus towards the blue and green economy and show strong commitment and seriousness to these concepts. Investing in both intellectual and physical resources, as well as the needs to take ironclad measures, are paramount. Challenges in this path, such as poor infrastructure, various red tapes inside the system, bureaucratic bottlenecks, and a lack of cooperation between departments and ministries, must all be addressed through proper implementation policies and adaptation frameworks. That's the end of my presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, you can email them to me at dean@gmail.com. And our next stop on this exciting journey, Unit 6, Insights about Polar Regions and Sea Level Rise. See you then, ladies and gentlemen.